Okay, so episode 5, Have a Good Fucking Day podcast. Today we are with Ash. So the first question is, who are you?
Oh, okay. That's a hard question. Do you know, that's like when you go to an interview and they go, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Exactly.
You're like, what do you want to know? My name's Ash. I'm a social media content creator / influencer, but that word is so dry. Hate it.
I love saying content creator.
Content creator is so much better, but I am an influencer at the end of the day. And yeah, that's it really. I've got 2 kids. Gay. That's it. It's me, a big gay mum.
That is funny.
Yeah, who influences shit.
And your kid, Ava and Oscar, that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cute.
So cute.
Okay, what is the emotion you most often experience when you first wake up in the morning?
The emotion
that
I most feel, hunger.
Fair.
Immediately,
I hear that.
I could eat. But normally excitement actually for the day. Yeah, I wake up and I'm like, I'm hungry, and then I'm like, right, I'm excited, or I'm gonna do today, and then excitement.
Yeah. Cool. The thing that inspired that question for me is like I've been like kind of more trying to pay attention to how I feel in the morning, and it depends. Like there's periods of time when I wake up, and sometimes like I think if I lie in bed for too long, sometimes your mind can start spiraling a little bit. So it's like that question is kind of around like how you start your day.
Yeah. Because
I've noticed that makes a big difference.
I feel like if I lay in bed too long, like even if it's like half an hour after I've woken up, I won't get out of that bed.
Yeah. For
the day, and then the day's gone. Then I get to midday and I'm like,
yeah, fuck it.
And then I'm there all day.
Yeah.
Kids are starving. Fucking dog's pissed on my bed. Like fucking move it, and then I'm depressed. So no, I have to like get out and like be productive.
Yeah. Because that was something this morning for me as well. Because I woke up. My energy yesterday was great. But I woke up this morning and I was a little bit like lethargic. I was like, no, you can't be lethargic today, bro. You've got a big podcast. So I was like, put some music on, was jumping around the living room.
Music is the thing for me.
Game changer.
Yeah, proper.
I saw someone say yesterday that music is one of the only things that you can't like touch or feel, but that can directly impact the way that you feel, which I thought was quite mad. Like
I think music changes my entire mood, no matter what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Even if I'm feeling like really, really sad and depressed, I'm like, I'll play some sad songs. Yeah. It will still make me feel better, even if I'm just listening to the sad songs.
I think that's about as well, when you're sad, like I think sometimes leaning into it is actually what you need to do rather than pushing it away. And I think music kind of helps with that, innit?
Yeah.
And then you can kind of release or let go or whatever it is. Nice. If you could teleport to any place right now, where would it be? And would you take anyone? If so, who? You can also go alone.
Oh my God. I'm going with no one.
Fair.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Don't want to go with anyone.
Yeah.
But would probably at the Maldives. I've never been.
Me neither.
But I would just love to go. But I also think I just want to go on my own.
Yeah.
I don't think it's somewhere you really want to take kids.
I hear you.
It's too loud and annoying.
And I also think if you're a busy mum and you've got the option to. And
I just don't want to hear rowing with all that beautiful, because they'll just be fighting with each other. I just want to go on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'd go right now.
Nice.
Where would you go?
Now that you say the Maldives, that's interesting. Are you thinking about like the huts on the stilts?
I just want to go down a slide. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If I get hit by a shark, I don't even care at this point. Yeah. Like, experience. But fuck it.
Fair.
But it'll be fun. And that's where I want to go.
Yeah. I think like anywhere near water for me, anywhere hot, near the ocean, like a beach, chilled, like
pure chilled. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. All I want to hear is someone say like, "Do you want another pina colada?" Yes, I do.
Exactly.
That's all I want to hear.
We're on the same page. We should go together.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go with anyone. I want to be on my own. We can fly out and then just fuck off.
Oh yeah, we can have like separate bungalows.
Yeah.
Perfect. What was the last thing you ate?
I haven't even eaten today.
No.
I'm fucking starving. Baby said to me.
You ignored your first thought when you woke up.
Yeah. What have I? The last thing oh my God! So last night I ordered a creams. What's it called? Crepe.
I saw.
It was so fucking shit. And then I had these like boba tea. Have you had that before?
I had it once, and I don't get it. Like I had a friend who like loved it, and I was like, let me try that.
It's like milk that tastes like a wax melt.
Thank you.
With with like balls that shoot you in the back of the throat that you have to then regurge, chew up, and they
like
taste
plasticky.
Like they just taste like them little balls that you put in the washing machine. So like, it's disgusting. I paid £4.50
washing machine pod,
for that. Yeah, it was disgusting.
Thanks for that.
Yes, that's what I last year. I'm actually upset about it now.
I saw that. This might be an old video actually. I've watched a bunch of your videos. The platter that you made. Banging.
But I only do that at certain times.
Yeah. But it looked good though.
Yeah.
I love a cheese platter, but you had a lot of extras as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I really can go to town with cheese platter.
it.
People are like, how can you eat that much? I'm like, well, because I want something snacky.
Yeah. I love a cheese platter, man.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I'll go until I can't go anymore. Okay, this is an interesting one. When you're in the shower, do you wash your legs, feet, and in between your toes?
I've seen you talk about this. I've seen you talk about this. I do wash my legs and my feet, but I don't think I go between. Like, don't judge me, but I don't think I do go between my toes.
It's exactly what Carla said.
Did she?
Yeah.
I do everything, but I don't like go between my. But then again, when I'm in the shower, I don't wash between my fingers.
Fair, I hear it.
I don't do I just think that'll get clean because of the soap. Yeah. But then you wash it everything, innit?
I mean, I do wash it between my toes, but when obviously you've seen the post, innit? Because it came to my attention that some people don't. But there were so many people, and to be honest, I rate their honesty. But there's so many people that were like, from the thighs down, I don't touch it, and I was
the
like,
thighs
literally
down.
Yeah, loads of people, and I was like, and they were like, oh, but the water and the soap runs over it, and I'm like, haven't you? Yeah,
but the water and the soap will run down my butt crack. It doesn't mean that it's clean.
Exactly.
Do you know what I
mean? Thank you.
No, you need to wash it.
Thank you.
No.
And the funny thing is, to this day, I still get the occasional DM, and people say, do you know what? I wash my feet because of you. So I'm quite proud
of that. I'm not gonna lie, the first few weeks after I saw your video, I was in the shower and I was like, I'm going to wash my legs. And even though I'm going to do it anyway, I'm like, I can hear you saying it, like, wash your fucking legs.
Wash your rascal out feet. Too funny. Okay, and the final question for the first ones is, what was the last thing that you did for you?
Oh, well, do you know what? The last, I would say, year or so, I've done a lot for me. I never used to. I used to do everything for everyone else, but I've really started doing more for me. So I went on the cruise the other week with my friend, and I would never normally have done that without the kids because I felt guilty, but I just thought, no, I've got to start living for me. So I did that for me.
Good.
Yeah, but I'm doing more for me. It makes me better. It makes me a better person.
Exactly.
And people think it's selfish. People think it's selfish, but it's not. It's actually the complete opposite. You have to do stuff for yourself so you can be better for everyone else. Otherwise, you're giving for everyone. Yeah. And it's such a basic concept,
I think, but I think sometimes we ignore these things, isn't it? Because it's like people think, like you say, if you take time for yourself, it means that you're neglecting other stuff. But it just means that you can show up in the best way possible for the other people in your life, innit? So well done. I think it's super, super important. Right, that is the end of my questions. And like I said, these questions are going to be for everyone that comes on.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts and do you have any suggestions?
Any suggestions? I don't know. I like the questions.
Thank you.
They're good questions. They're very thought-provoking. But the question I always ask people, and I think is important, is what is the nice, kind thing that you said to yourself? I think that's really good because then it makes people think like, because you're always so used to talking shit about yourself.
Yep.
Like, oh, I look shit today.
Exactly.
Or I look fat in that. Or my hair looks crap. But you never think about the nice things that you say to yourself.
Exactly.
So I try to actively do that, and I ask people that as well.
I've added that to the list, and I agree with you completely. And it's a conversation that I have quite often, because self-talk is like, if it's a concept that I wasn't even aware of up until maybe a few years ago or whatever. And when you actually think about it, it's like the person that you listen to the most is yourself. Yeah. And I think sometimes, or I didn't realize that I could have some sort of control over the voice in my head. Because sometimes you just let it go, and it's like, and it just goes and it goes and it goes, and you don't realize actually I can like play an active role in the things that this voice says.
Your mindset and how you talk to yourself is so important. Like for years, I literally would every day talk shit about myself, look in the mirror, and then my kids picked up on it, and that's when it flipped. I thought, I need to start talking nicely about myself. I wouldn't talk to my friends the way that I speak to myself. I wouldn't speak to my mum the way I speak to myself. Why am I doing it? And another thing as well, like I had like this weird meeting thing one day where we all had to sit there and say 5 things we were proud of ourselves about, and I was like, who even says that? And they said like, well, Americans do it all the time. They literally, all they do is talk good about themselves, and we're all like get over yourself. But actually they're probably much happier because they can big themselves up, they don't tear themselves down. But us as British tear ourselves down all the time.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we do it in jest, like for fun or whatever, but then it bleeds over into reality, and I think it's important like to identify, because Everyone loves a bit of banter in it. However, I also don't want to lie in bed at night calling myself a prick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
There's both sides of it. Okay. This is an interesting one. I'm sure you have heard about it. Like, obviously, both of us spend a lot of time on the internet. But did you see the story about the Amsterdam glory hole?
Oh my! I was not prepared. I was not prepared. And then I made my mum listen to it.
Yeah.
She threw up. She was like, "That is horrific.
It's so bad.
So bad."
I thought it was going to be the groom.
I thought it was going to be like something like that. I did not think it was going to be the dad. I don't know. What would you do? What would you actually? What can you do to move past that point in your life?
I have no idea. And it's interesting because I don't have any kids, and also, well, I suppose I could think of it from my standpoint, to be honest.
How horrific is that?
Wow. My mind never went there before.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Wow.
Like, there's nothing worse than that.
Horrendous. And it was like, I mean, everyone's laughing at it, and it's actually not that funny if you're involved. But she went on to say, like, the hen and the stag had to go home early. All the family found out. Blah blah blah.
No one's talking to each other. No one's talking to the dad. The dad's not talking. Like, they're all just
years
their
of
lives
therapy.
are,
Years. It's not a lifetime.
I would never ever speak to them people again if I was the one that done that. I don't know how I'd move on with my life. I'd be moving to the Maldives. I'd be there.
I was saying, like, when we were talking about it, I was like, wouldn't you just, like, you'd have to just not say anything? Like, why would you tell people? Well,
I'm assuming. My assumption is, like, a few people went with the girl and a few people went with the boy, and then they obviously knew.
You probably couldn't hide it, could you?
And if they're all in, I don't know, like, how it was, but if they're all in other rooms or whatever, and they can see when them lights come on, and they saw that.
That's horrendous, man.
I'd be jumping in those canals. I'd be off. I'd be done. No.
For those of you that haven't heard the story, all you need to do is Google hen and stag Amsterdam glory hole, and you will see it and hear about it.
It's so bad, but it happened not that long ago, but like in a professional setting where there was like adult like video makers and they did like a secret, like, you're going to go into a glory hole situation, and a girl went in and a boy went in, and then it was obviously filmed for like Pornhub and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say these.
yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Pornhub. PG'd it. And they came out, and it was brother and sister. They were both adult entertainers. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And like, she sued and stuff.
It's actually making my heart feel weird.
It's disgusting. But she didn't just. Not that that's any better, really. But she went to town with it. Every hole. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on from this one. I'm feeling stressed.
It's disgusting. It's actually disgusting.
So grim. Another question. How have you been rolling around with wired headphones up until...
No.
When? 2 days ago?
And you should see, I'm a joke. Now I've got AirPods. I'm just wearing them around the house. There's nothing even going through them. I've just got them in, like, I've actually caught up with, like, people. But no, I don't know. It's embarrassing, ain't it?
I mean, I don't know about embarrassing, but I don't even know where any of my wired headphones are.
Well, I'm also, like, I lose things all the time. So they're a lot of money. And I was like, I'm not spending that if I'm going to lose them. So my mum bought them for me. Yeah. But... they're really heavy and they're really hurting my ears.
Are they? Yeah. Which ones did you get?
Well, I've had them in for 3 solid. Slept in them. I don't know. My mum just gone, but they're quite heavy. I think I've got little ear holes, but
I can't wear AirPods. They fall out.
Oh.
Yeah. But top tip: find my AirPods.
Oh, I need to set that up on my phone.
Yeah. Because I've got a pair, and like you say, they're expensive, and the amount of times that saved me.
Yeah.
I've had mine for a couple of years now, and
I went into WH Smith a couple of weeks back when I was at the train station just to buy some. I didn't have any earphones. But I'll just buy some. And I picked up this packet that was 25 quid. It said wireless headphones. And I've got them out of the bag, and they was not fucking wireless. They were Bluetooth, but they had a wire connecting them. So I, the biggest cunt in the land, on the train, on the Vanny West Coast, with literally headphones and a wire just under my chin. It was like a birthday. It was so embarrassing. And they were shit. And I couldn't even take them back. So now I've got, do you want them? They might fit your ears.
I remember them ones. But the wire's supposed to go behind your neck, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought because of like little speakers on the front. I thought it must be here. Oh, I look like such a prick.
Quality.
So embarrassing.
They're a game changer, though, aren't they? Like when you're pottering around the house and that.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
But I keep shouting. when I've got them in.
Yeah.
The poor cab driver, I'm shouting the whole way. He's farting, I'm shouting. Jesus.
Too good. Okay, I've been like super, what's the word? Not fascinated, but very interested in how you've grown your platform and how it happened.
Okay.
So do you want to talk us through, well not talk us through, but the first piece of content that was super impactful? Because I feel like there was a pivotal moment, right?
Yeah, there was a couple of TikTok. So basically in lockdown, everyone was bored shitless, was all sick of speaking to each other. So I started making TikToks, just talking shit, and a couple of them just went viral, and I didn't really know what kind of like that meant.
Yeah.
And then I think on TikTok, like you can just grow really quick from like one viral video, and that happened. And I did one. I just bought some clothes from ASOS and just tried them on. But I genuinely had never seen anybody do like a try on haul or anything. I was just bored, and it was like my friends were sick of talking to me, and I thought I'll just film it and put it on TikTok. Yeah. So I did, and then it went viral, and then In The Style got in contact with me and was like, we want to work with you, and then it just literally snowballed from that. And
now you've got your own collection.
I've got my own collection. Yeah, it's
incredible.
Mad.
So you've got multiple collections, right?
Yeah, I've had loads now. I can't even remember how many. It's like 16 or something.
Really?
Yeah, I've had
That's
loads.
incredible.
Yeah, thanks.
Lockdown was good for something.
Do you know what? I think it was really hard for some people, but I think other people it's really, really changed their lives.
Yeah.
It was definitely like...
Yeah, it was definitely one or the other. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But I mean, I was one of the fortunate people. I had a garden. I didn't really give a shit about what people were saying about the rules and stuff. I was like socialising. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was the opposite. I was like, well, I loved it because I got time with the kids and stuff. But I really got brainwashed by really brainwashed by me, like to the point where I was like an anxious mess.
It was horrendous the way they did it as well.
It was so bad. I got into the mindset like we were all gonna die.
Yeah.
Like every single night where they were doing their like stage shows. Yeah. It got in my head. Second lockdown, third lockdown, I thought, fuck you. Like you're actually out having cheese and wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you taking the piss.
And it was one of those situations when I realised it. I think what had I done? I think I had the TV on at home. I'd got in an Uber, and this was just when it was starting. I was in the gym, and you know when they was doing all this weird shit like taping up parks and that.
Yeah. And
it was like the same. I was hearing the same piece of propaganda, like in every single environment I was going in the supermarket, in the gym, in the cab, and then in various other places. I was like, this is like a fucking sci-fi movie, bro. Like, what are you battering my head with?
Absolutely fucked. Like when you think back, the stupid shit that we did.
Oh, the weirdest one for me. Go on.
Mine was literally, there was two for me that were the weirdest. Yeah. One, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Clapping our neighbours.
Yeah,
how guys. Embarrassing that we all did that. And the second one, queuing to get into Aldi.
Yeah.
Around a car park for like 2 hours.
I remember when the restaurants reopened, and I went to go in there, and he was like, when you walk to your table, you've got to wear a mask. Yeah. When you sit down, you can take it off. I said, big man, I'm not coming in your restaurant if that's what you're asking me to do. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then when you stand up, if you want to go to the toilet, you've got to put, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's absolutely...
And we're all going along with this.
Ridiculous. So I worked in retail at the time, so when we started to reopen, and next door to me was a cafe, and it probably held like, I don't know, 100 people in it. And then in my shop, we could only have 8 people in at a time with a face mask on. But you can have 100 people in there sitting down with no face mask on. But in here, you can only have 8 people walking around. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense that you fucking idiots. Like, it was so dumb. And I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. Like, it's so stupid. And then all the vaccination shit. Yeah. I had 2 vaccinations because, again, I was scared. First vaccination I had, a week later, I got COVID for the first time. Second vaccination, a week later, I got COVID. I'm not doing this shit anymore. It's making me ill.
Are you giving it out? Or...
And they go, well, that wouldn't happen. That's just coincidence. What, twice? Yeah. I haven't had it, but now I've got it twice. Idiot. We were actual idiots.
It was a very, very strange time, man. And then things have progressively just got weirder since then, to be honest. It's just a constant new thing. Yeah. Like, yeah, I've had to turn off. Like, I've proper, like, in terms of, like, the news and stuff like that, I've really, like, tried to stay away from it as much as I can. Yeah, I've been doing the same. Because it's a lot, man.
It is a lot, and I realised from that it really does affect me. Like I just can't cope with it. Yeah. After like the first couple of weeks of those news things, I just had to switch off. I didn't watch any of it at all.
And it's one of those things that, as well, if you just have it on, like my dad does, and my stepmom and stuff, and it's like it's fine, but it's like when you don't realise how much of it you're actually absorbing if it's just on all the time. It's like you're constantly just being bombarded with all of this information.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It is too much.
And I don't think we're designed to know, like, to to just have access to so much information constantly.
I think I like to know what's going on, like, but I do also feel like ignorance is bliss sometimes. Like, I'd rather not find my own mental health. Like, I don't want to hear it.
And we've got our immediate like communities and circles and families to deal with, innit? And it's like once you start extending it out, you have to be careful about how much you're taking in.
I miss front page news where it was like, man's got Mars bar stuck in his ass. What the fuck happened to that shit? Like, why is news so heavy these days? Like, front page news used to be like, Jordan said Emily Atack's got a fishy fanny. Like, why can't we? Do you remember when she said that? She went, "Oh, fishy is my favourite." That used to be front page news.
Funny.
Like David Beckham having an affair. Like, why is it
it's true.
so heavy now?
Yeah, it's intense, man.
It's too much.
Super intense.
Bring back page 3 and shit, I say.
Fun time. I forgot about that.
Don't do it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Because they're like, we can't do it because it sexualises it. We've got the internet. Like,
it's
worse always
now.
Gonna happen.
It's
like,
definitely worse.
What are you talking about? But no, I miss that.
So you was working in a charity shop. This was during the time that you were going viral, right?
Yeah. So I worked in there for years, like volunteered there, and then I got a job there, and then I was then moved to a different shop, and was the manager of the shop, which then was hilarious because I was like, who puts me in charge of anything, even something like as standard as that? Like, don't put me in charge of things because I'll fuck it up. So yeah, I did that, and then I just made some videos around, like, in the charity shop, just basically about. Have you ever worked in retail?
Yes, I worked in Foot Locker, JD Sports.
I used to work in JD Sports.
Yeah.
How hell is it?
No, it's awful.
People are cunts.
Yeah.
Like,
it's awful.
but you can have the nicest person in the whole wide world. The second they walk into a shop, they think they can talk to you like shit. Yeah. I used to think, you're not talking to me like that. I
used to have people poking me with trainers and just be like, size 10. I'm like, bro.
In the charity shop.
What are we doing?
Do you know what? Rich. I hate them.
Yeah.
They are so entitled. They come in and the way they speak to me, I hate them. And they used to come in, they used to jump out of their Range Rovers and be like, I want a refund on these shoes. £3 shoes. No, but you've worn them. And it's a charity shop. You can't really return like a pair of shoes. Like, I want a refund. They would kick off. This woman literally went around the shop. She's horrible. Don't shop in here. I was like this. I don't care. We can do sack.
It's a charity shop, bro.
I know.
What are we doing?
And the people that used to come in that shop, I used to want to punch in the face. And it was because it was in Epping as well. Okay. I don't know if you know where Epping is.
I do. I've not spent a lot of time there.
It's quite. It's not my favourite place. Yeah. It's quite like pretty to look at, but it's actually not very.
Okay. In terms of vibes and that.
No, it's horrible. It's really stuck up and.
Do you miss working there?
No, I miss. I miss doing charity work, and I did go back for a little while doing volunteering.
Yeah.
But ultimately, not. It's just people.
Yeah.
They're horrible, but then
I hear it.
and they wouldn't speak to you like that on the other side of the door. But yeah, no, I don't miss it at all. I do miss going through people's shit though. That's so weird. Like when you get donations and stuff.
Okay.
It's actually quite interesting when you go through
some of the weirdest shit that you've got?
Oh my god, I've had the weirdest shit. So my favourite was when someone donated a whole bag of like sex toy stuff, but it weren't like normal. It weren't like a dildo or I don't know, a nipple tassel. It was old like 70s porn. Like magazines, magazines.
Yeah.
Then there was, and then it was so weird. Then there was like boob implant things, but like wrapped up in tissue. So when we opened it, there was just these like silicone tits. I don't know what they were used for sexually. And then there was an old Irish woman, bless her, and she had this bit of kitchen on. She like shook it, and this massive butt plug fell out, but the tissue it was wrapped in was covered in shit.
Shut up.
And she was shaking it because she thought it was a candle. And I was just like, put it down! So she's dropped it and I was like, go and wash your hands, go and wash your hands. She was like, what is it? I was like, that's a butt plug. So then I had to explain to like a group of 80-year-old volunteers, like people, for fun, shove that up their arsehole. Yeah, horrific. Yeah, I used to get the weirdest stuff, like the amount of shitty pants and...
Shitty pants.
Shitty pants.
I actually remember seeing a TikTok about that, about the shitty pants. So obviously,
the worst people that donate are rich people,
really,
because they genuinely think like anything that their shit is going to be worth something to somebody, like the people beneath them.
Woo. So what's protocol when you like get butt plugs and
make a TikTok? Literally.
Did you make one about the butt plug?
No, because that was well before. But no, I had some weird stuff. Like someone donated like their teeth. Just like literally
like dentures or
so I got this.
Fallen
no,
out.
I got this like box of jewellery. So I'm like trying to piece this jewellery together because sometimes if it's like gold or whatever, you can go and get it weighed in for the money.
Yeah.
So I'm piecing together all this jewellery And then I was like, what the fuck, where's the other one to this? And then I looked down and it was on like a little metal stud. It was like an actual implant tooth. And I'm literally like, it's this close to my face. And I'm looking at some dirty man's tooth or woman's tooth. That disgusting.
That's grim,
yeah.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Don't miss it. Don't miss rummaging through the shit.
Yeah.
Not that
the reason I asked that as well is because I think when I saw you in there, but I think you're just like this on camera anyway, like full of life and having a nice time. And it seemed like you were like super in your element. And but now that I'm thinking about it,
I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I did love it. And I loved the volunteers like so much. Like that was my favourite bit, is the volunteers. Like you're working with like 80-year-old people who are just, all they want to do is talk. Yeah. And they want to just tell you their life stories, and they're so interesting, and I loved it. Yeah. But it was the customers that just ruin all of the fun.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think as well, like thinking back to my retail days, it's like if you're working with the right people, anywhere, you're going to have a good time. Yeah. Innit? But obviously, when you've got people coming in and out of that door and they're arseholes, it's long. In terms of your content, like I love it, obviously it's hilarious, you're super relatable, and just you can talk about the most mundane things and make it funny.
Thanks.
Are your DMs crazy?
Yeah, my DMs on Instagram are a little bit different to like DMs that you get on TikTok, and Instagram are completely different.
In what way?
Instagram's more like you kind of like build a following of like friends, like people like really like, they're just nice. So you very rarely get any shit. TikTok is a different, do you not get this?
Do you know what, like on TikTok initially, because people couldn't DM you initially unless you followed each other.
Even the comments.
Yeah, the comment section's wild. Like if you go viral, the comment section's wild. Yeah.
So it's completely different. It's like the people on TikTok are just a different like breed. Yeah. And then Instagram is more kind of friendly, I think.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, DMs can be wild.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What's the wildest DM or the wildest DM you can share?
Oh my God, I don't even know. The amount of people I have asking me for money, like they think I'm rich.
Really?
They're like, please, can you help me? I need money. And I'm like, and then I'll look on their like thing, and they're like on holiday. I don't want to watch a woman in fucking euros. Like, yeah, I do get.
Need some per diem.
They'll send me this whole thing like about how skint they are and like they can't pay their bills, and I click and I'm like, I can see your stories. You're in Portugal, babe. Like, what do you want? I just send you a bar tab. Like, but no, I do get a lot of messages from like, but I think a lot of women get this, like men asking to send them pictures of like your feet
stuff. Yeah, I've heard about this. A lot of money in feet, apparently.
Dirty, like tell them like have a go at them. Like, can you talk shit to me, basically? I'm like, all right.
What, just be mean?
Yeah, just call him a cunt. I'm like, I'll do it for fucking free, babe. I love it. But no, it's, but that, not really like anything too crazy. Yeah. For me, like, that's mild, but yeah. Do you get weird ones?
Do you know what? I don't really, and I think the times when it kind of grew, like Instagram grew a little bit, TikTok grew, but because of the stuff that I was doing, and the stuff that I was talking about, like more mindfulness and like I'm talking of like trying to improve, self-improvement, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I feel like it doesn't necessarily draw in people who say weird shit. But I don't really remember it. Some of it I would just reply to the comment in it and make the video. Yeah. Because those tend to go viral as well.
Do you know what? And then this is like in the most sadistic way. I quite like it. Yeah. Like when I get shitty comments, I'm like, all right, it's content for me. Exactly. Like, okay, you say something shitty to me, I'll make a video, I'll make some money off that. Exactly. I don't care. Exactly. You're the one sitting there twiddling your pubes. I don't actually give a fuck.
This is what I'm saying.
Pays my bills.
And then 9 times out of 10 when you do that, they delete their comment.
Yeah, they always delete it. But do you know where's the wildest place on the internet? Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all my stuff is linked to Facebook, so I don't actually actively post to Facebook. If I post on Instagram, it just will post it.
Yeah, same.
And then sometimes it will like go viral on there, and I don't even notice because I don't really open the app. And yeah, if it goes somewhere on that or goes viral, the comments I get, because it goes like worldwide, and I'll get like American men like the most abusive messages in my comments, and it'll be over me like trying on a dress that's a bit don't really fit.
It's interesting how the communities on the different platforms are so different.
Facebook is wild.
Yeah, it's like quite generational, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's all older, much older generation. It's always older men. Yeah, just older men and women. Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah, the internet's a wild place sometimes, man. Have you found that you've grown on Facebook?
Yeah, I've grown all right on Facebook, but completely put no effort into that. Just literally linked it.
Yeah. It's a good feature, that.
Yeah.
It is a good feature. Segueing from what you were saying about calling people cunts, you've got a really good sound on TikTok.
Feel a bit cunty.
Yeah.
I do just sometimes feel a bit cunty. It went proper viral, that sound.
Yeah, it did. A lot of people used it.
Yeah.
Innit? I mean, it's a good sound, to be fair.
Yeah, sometimes you do just feel a little bit cunty though, don't you?
I hear you.
Yeah, and you think, fuck it, I don't. But it's so bad for me now because I feel like I used to be able to, like a year or two ago, be able to say whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Now I can't as much. I do feel like I have to bite my tongue a lot, and I don't like it because it's not me. I like to just say exactly what I think.
And is that because of like work and brand deals and stuff?
Yeah. I can't imagine if I went on a rant at someone who called me like, I don't know, slag, and proper went in on them, that someone like Primark could be like, yeah, we really want to work with you.
Have brands ever come to you and said, you might want to tone that down?
No, because I'm quite lucky in the sense that they approach me, so they already know what I'm like. So if they was to approach me, like, not that this has ever happened, but if they were to approach me and be like, well, can you not do it? Well, you know what I was like. If you didn't like that, you should have maybe approached someone else.
And I think
so
that's
been pretty cool like that.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the, what's the word I'm looking for? The endearing side, because you're just being yourself, innit?
Yeah.
It's like, this is who I am, this is how I talk. If you like it, stay. If you don't, see you later. Kind of
I've never had to remake content or anything like that. Any content that I do, they'll just accept it. So that's right. I did have a weird meeting though recently with a brand where they were like, we love your content, we love everything you do, like blah 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 blah, we want you to make this content for us, but you can't say. And then there was a fucking list this long of things I couldn't say. I said, but that's everything that I would say. Like, so what can I say?
Turn into a different person.
And then they were like, well, what you could say is, and then the way they did this whole thing, I was like, nah, it's not for me. And I said, and my manager was fuming. She was like, you've wasted our time because it's nothing like Ash at all. Yeah. You want an advert? Go and pay someone that will do an advert.
This is it, man. And I think like it's a strange world, isn't it? Like when you like peek behind the curtain. Like I was having a conversation with a talent agency, and they had seen me from going viral during lockdown, and I was doing a lot of like social commentary stuff, talking about COVID, talking about the government or whatever. And they're like, it's great, but brands, like if you take a side with stuff. It's a problem.
Yeah, they don't like it because it looks like they've sided with what your view is. It's so hard. Yeah. But I always just think like you just got to stay true to yourself. You've got to just do it. If they don't want to work with you, fuck them.
This is
someone that does.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you don't have to please everyone. I think sometimes that, and I feel that urge sometimes like to want to please everyone, but you can't. No. And it's like, so the people like in life, people disagree and they come from different places. It would just be nice if people understood that. Yeah. It's like we can disagree.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to like hate each other.
They're all scared to actually have opinions on stuff. These big brands, like not all big brands. Like some of them do really speak out, but lots of them, they're just too scared to have an opinion, so they just say nothing. Yeah. Which is worse.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely worse.
100%. How often do you post?
Just when I can be bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always just post when I can be asked. I feel like I don't really know anyone else that does it kind of like me in the sense that is it pissing down?
Yeah.
God, I just do it when I can be asked. Like if I get something I want to talk about, I'll talk about it. Yeah. I don't want to structure it because then I feel like I would just get bored.
I hear it.
I just get really, really bored. Like a lot of people, everyone I know have like they'll post one a day, like once a day on TikTok, once a day on this, or lots of TikTokers post like 8 videos a day. Yeah,
there's some people churning out some content.
I can't be arsed. Yeah. I haven't got enough to talk about on that. But then I do a lot of lives. I'd rather do a live than I would post a video
on TikTok.
On TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. I feel like.
What do you do in your lives? Just chat shit.
Yeah. But I feel like it's better because I can talk to people. I feel like it's more. That's what I do it for. I do it because it's entertaining me as well. I'm not just making content to entertain. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. So I'd rather talk to people and have that like conversation than just be churning out shit. Yeah. And also, I do take it hard if people don't like my videos. I'm like, how fucking dare you? Deleted.
What, delete the video or the person?
Both. I'll archive the video and be like, I'm watching that just for myself now. You don't deserve it, you fucking uncultured swites. Yeah. That's funny. Do you not do that? If your videos don't get a lot of views?
Some of them. But I've found, especially on Instagram now, I've found like the reach is definitely dropped. So I try to not pay too much attention to it. Obviously we do. But I try to just make it, and then... Especially if you're busy, it's hard to actually pay attention to it, innit? I imagine you pay attention to it less now than you did before. Yeah. Just got shit going on, innit?
Yeah.
And I think also, it's like, in the moment, when you've posted it, you care. But after you've done another 4 videos, you've forgotten about it.
You don't even
down the timeline.
But if I do a video that I think is like I've made myself laugh and I post it, because I really make a video that proper make myself laugh, and I'll make one I'm like, that's actually funny. I'll post it and then it doesn't do well. I think you don't fucking deserve this.
I agree with you on that. There's some videos I'm like, this is viral. This is a banger.
And I'll sit there waiting
and
for it, and I'm
nothing.
like, that's gonna pop off any minute, and then it
don't.
And then I think you don't actually deserve it. I'm just gonna watch it myself. I'm gonna send it to my mum. She'll like it.
Quality. What was I gonna say? In terms of like posting like the schedule stuff, I don't have a schedule, but I think what you say is correct. Like to be consistent, I think you have to be able to enjoy it, because people often ask me, "Oh, like what's how to approach it and stuff," and I'm like, look. The only way that you're going to be able to do this is if you enjoy making content. Like it's not something like, I know people make it look easy because you just like try and create something that's fun or whatever, but that's the end product, isn't it?
Yeah.
The whole process is not all fun and games.
It's sometimes really like it's so time consuming.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you have to enjoy it, man, because otherwise you're just not gonna. You'll just stop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point? So yeah. Where are we? Right. So obviously, after growing on TikTok and Instagram and having your amazing collaborations and working with these amazing brands, there must be some people that you are now either acquaintances or friends who you sit down with or like have a new relationship with, and you're like, rah, this is crazy.
Yeah, a couple, but what you mean, like industry people?
Just whoever, like, I mean, like, From before, like working in a charity shop.
Yeah.
Before virality, before growth, before brand deals, and now obviously you're in certain rooms that you weren't in before. So
yeah.
imagine you're meeting people.
Yeah. But I feel like for me, I've always been in the mindset. I don't really feel like anyone makes me like starstruck or because I just always know that they're just the same as us.
Yeah.
Like they're just normal people.
Yeah.
They just live a different life. But because the first time I felt like a little bit starstruck, I was like a little bit panicky, was when I met Alison Hammond.
Who's that?
Alison Hammond?
I don't know who that is.
No, you're joking.
Who is it?
You're winding me up!
I'm not.
No!
I'm sure I recognise, I hope I do.
No, you're not. Alison the Queen Hammond.
Actress?
I'm going to throat punch her. Are you joking? Alison Hammond.
Oh, of course.
Alison!
Yeah. She was on Big Brother, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's like legend.
Yeah.
Oh, this is done. The rude. No, the first time I met her, I got a little bit starstruck. But then that was the first like celebrity I'd ever met. And then after that, like I can be in a room with people now and I'm just like, oh, like friendly and whatever. But the one time as well, I nearly weed myself was when Jessie J slid into my DMs. That was so exciting.
What did she say, if you could share?
She just said something. Something like, "Oh my god, I love your videos," or "You crack me up," or something like that. It was really,
she's
really
from
nice.
Essex as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And we've had a couple of DMs to and fro, and
that's fun.
Yeah, it's so weird because she's like my favourite ever.
Yeah.
So I still feel a bit weird that she even follows me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love her. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like,
I love that. But also, instead of, like, not just the whole starstruck side of things, but what about, do you have, like, I don't know, like, new friends or, like, new... Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people that you interact with on a regular basis.
Like, so small. Yeah. Like, I don't really let anyone in my circle. I'm very, very small. So I've got a couple of new friends. Like, James is a new friend of mine. Yeah. But then, that's it, really. I don't really... I speak to people that are, like, in the industry and stuff, but I wouldn't say any of them are like my friends. Yeah. They're more like acquaintances, and they've all been lovely, and I speak to them like regularly, but they're just still like acquaintances. Yeah, but it is still weird because I'll go to like this event tonight. I don't know who's going to this event tonight. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna probably be in a room with people that are like massive, and I sometimes think like, how is this my life? Yeah. Like, how actually did I get here? Like, this is what I used to watch on social media, but like, oh my god, how do you even get invited to these events? And now I'm here, little dickhead Ash. Like, it's so weird. But then I also, and this is so bad, I also think I need to. All I'm doing is constantly biting my tongue, trying not to like embarrass myself, because I do it. I embarrass myself because I feel out of my comfort zone. Yeah. So I play up.
Is it, what's it called? You play up. Fair enough. It happens, man. What's it called? Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, it's massive imposter syndrome, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
And then it's not that I play up on purpose, it's that I don't know how to interact with these people.
Yeah.
So, because this has been their, like, a lot of them, it's been their life for a very long time. It's still new to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to interact. So I just end up putting my foot in my mouth, really.
It's a weird space though, man. I think sometimes, like, when you're in certain environments and certain people, like, people act weird, innit? Like, I think especially, and I've been around some people, not a lot, but it's like people who have, like, reached a certain, like, amount of fame or celebrity or whatever. There's just, their life is just so far removed from reality that it affects their behaviour, innit? And
See,
and
I've
then
never,
it can make you act
I've
strange
never
in
really
turn.
met anyone that's like so like A-list famous that I would have. I've never met anyone like that yet. I don't think.
Fair.
But I'm excited to.
Yeah.
But it is weird. It's definitely weird, this industry.
100%. It's so strange.
And I don't think that anyone would understand it unless they're in it.
Yeah. And it's like I say, it's like looking behind the curtain, innit? Because obviously everything that you see on the other side of it is so curated and edited and polished and blah, blah, blah. And it's like you meet some of the people behind the scenes, or I've been in a few adverts recently, and like just being on set. It's like there's 50 people here, bro.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Your advert, yeah.
Yeah. The Crown Paint one.
Yeah, I love that.
It's funny, innit?
Yeah, I love it.
We got big backlash the first time it came up.
Why?
There's a line in it that I say that's like, the whole storyline is about a couple in the song. And then there's a line that says, the woman, I can't remember her name, is hoping for a girl, and then Dave's just hoping that it's his. So implying that she slept with more than one person. Okay. And then everyone just went mental, like, it's misogynistic, this is terrible, blah, blah. It was my line as well. I was like, I didn't write it.
Fucking
It was in the papers and that. I was like, you were really bothered about
this. Oh, they do that though. Do you remember like Asda will bring out a t-shirt or something with like a kid's thing on it, and they're like, it'll be all over the news, but it's done what it wanted to do. No,
exactly. I think they were quite happy about it because they brought it back out again.
Yeah, sometimes but like bad news is good news, isn't it? That's what they say in it.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
something
exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
But yeah, we had like MSN, didn't we? Like, if you want to talk to your mates, dial up.
Yeah,
that's what I had.
Exactly.
Didn't have none of this shit.
Or even further back, used to fucking knock for each other.
Yeah. Just not. I used to wait. I used to ring like mates on the house phone, and then just meet them up town. If they didn't turn up, didn't turn up.
Exactly.
Just go home, get bussed back home.
It's so funny to think about that because I think now it just feels like it's always been like this, but it really hasn't. Like I saw a post the other day. So Instagram's 13 years old. It's like, is that it? Oh my god! I thought it was way like it just feels like it's always been there.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's really quite young.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, that kind of it didn't blow me away, but it's like it shocked me.
I feel like it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Exactly.
My Facebook posts from back in the day, Jesus Christ.
I think I deleted loads of mine.
Oh, mine are horrific. Yeah. Mine are so boring.
It was the
statuses.
Like
it's like Ashleigh is bald. What's the fucking point of that? And I look back on that and memories like that's so embarrassing.
James is catching a vibe.
So shit.
So mysterious, bro. Too funny. So obviously after growing your pages and your channels, it must come with some big life changes. What are some of the biggest changes that you've experienced?
I don't really feel like I don't know. I don't know if I'm just living in like La La Land, but I don't really feel like much has changed for me other than I feel like I've got more freedom, and I'm financially stable. And I've never had that my whole life, so that's it really. But nothing's really changed for me in the sense that, well, I suppose it's just literally financial freedom. If I want to do something, I can just do it. Yeah. Whereas I've never been able to. If I've got a bill, I can just pay it. I haven't got to worry about that, and I'm so fortunate that I have that now.
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much that comes with that in terms of just mental health and stuff, and just not having to think about that stuff. It just opens up your ability and capacity to focus on other things, isn't it? Because it can take up so much of your...
Yeah, and it always has. Like my whole life, I've always really struggled.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like not struggling. Like, and it's thanks. It's good. But I've got to remember that might not last. This is not going to last forever. This social media life. Like, I've got to ride that wave and then kind of maintain.
Yeah.
Finances.
Are you actively taking steps to ensure that?
I've got a financial advisor, but I'm actually a piece of shit and I never get back to him ever. He's like, Ash, we need to do it. And I'm like, meh, I'll do it another day. So I do need to sort my life out. But yeah. I'm not a materialistic person at all. So I don't buy anything ever. Like, I spend my money on like doing stuff. Like I've been on holiday a lot this year.
That's where it's at.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've been on holiday a lot,
and you just get free shit anyway.
Yeah. Takes upon nothing.
I'm the same. Like I need to like really like try and focus on, like you say, in terms of finances and stuff. Because when it comes, like you think it's always going to be there, and it's really not. Because I've had my ups and my downs in it over the years. It's like there's been times when I've been up, and then it's like, 18 months later, you thought that was going to last, bro.
Exactly.
It really didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's tough though. Like having like financial literacy is a whole thing in it, and it's like, unless now you actively go and try and learn about it.
Yeah, and I can't. It's like so boring though, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like I'm talking to my financial advisor, and he's my friend, and I adore him. But like he starts talking to me about, and I genuinely just glaze, and he'll go, "You don't hear any of that, do you?" I'm like, "That was so boring, Joe. Like, I can't."
Should we make a TikTok?
And I'm like, just tell me what you need to do, and you just do that. I can't do it.
That's kind of where I want to get to. I want to get to a point where I've got enough, and someone that I trust, and be like, "Yo, this is how much I've got. Do something with it.
Yeah.
And make it grow."
Yeah. I'll have to give you his number. He's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. And he's got, not that this is about this, but he's just done this free course thing online, so you can learn all about it for free. Okay. And it's like him doing videos of teaching you how you can do it. It's really good. Yeah.
I wish I was more interested in it. I've got mates that love it. And it's like, when they're all talking about it, I'm just like...
Yeah, and it's boring.
Yeah, it's not for me.
They should fucking teach this shit in schools. Nobody gives a shit about algebra.
Yeah.
Or World War II, like, great, it was lovely. We could learn that in a... Like, well, it wasn't lovely, but do you know what I mean? Like, it was actually fucking horrific. But you can learn that in a week. Teach kids stuff that they actually fucking need.
Yeah, I go on about this all the time, because I worked in schools for a long time as well. And I'm just like, there's so much... And it honestly just feels like you're indoctrinating people at this point, because how much of that stuff is actually beneficial when people go out into the real world? It's like
none of it.
There's so many challenges that I get met with just on a emotional basis that I'm not equipped to deal with, and it's like we could have spent a little bit more time on that.
Yeah,
you could have taught me how tax works.
I swear the curriculum has not changed in like 40 years.
Exactly. The only thing that's changed is they've got some iMacs now, and they do like fucking music on an iMac rather than on a xylophone.
They do like photography class. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. No, that might be helpful, but still, nobody needs to do 5 years of history learning about fucking World War II. Yeah.
Unless you're going to be a historian, then cool, go and specialise.
Yeah, my kid don't even have a choice. She has to do history for GCSE. She's like, it's so boring. Yeah. And also, you can learn history as an adult when you go to like, when you're doing stuff like, I'll walk into that museum and I'll learn shit. If you want to learn it, you don't need to know about history.
There's definitely so many life skills that just get overlooked. But I genuinely think that it's deliberate, but that's a whole conspiracy rabbit hole.
I want to go in the rabbit hole. You have to send me some links and shit.
I will. But just, just like very quickly, just in terms of how the whole system is set up and wanting people to work and pay tax. To get people set up to be able to be told, okay, I'm going to turn up on somewhere that I don't want to be at 9 o'clock. You're going to tell me what I have to do. You're going to tell me when I can eat. You're going to tell me when I finish. And I'm going to spend probably about 70% of my week doing that. And that's what they want people to do in the workplace. How do we get people to adjust to this way of being? Because this is not a natural way of living. So, okay, cool. Let's grab them from 5 until 16 or 18 now, and tell them when they can eat, what time they get in, what time they can leave. If you don't follow the rules, then you will be punished. And that's what's drummed into you for the whole of your school life. And then people leave, and then they're like, oh, okay, where do I go now? Here? Okay, I'll go and do the same thing for however long.
Your whole life?
Yeah.
That's actually so depressing.
Isn't it?
That's actually so depressing. Like in my head, then I was thinking, I'm pulling my kids out of school.
Like, I've been having conversations with my partner about it and stuff, and like, if like we're lucky enough, like I don't know if I do want my kids to go through that whole system. Do you know what I mean? Because when you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Like, why else are we doing this?
Yeah. Not every country does that though. Yeah. Loads of them just simply don't do it.
Exactly. And like, I always hear different things about different Scandinavian countries and about the way they approach this shit, like their prison system and all of this different stuff. And it's all very much more catered towards like people's well-being and just understanding people rather than... Because sometimes I get on to my nephew, like he gets in trouble at school and I get on to him about it. And I'm like, some people are not. People are different, innit? Some people thrive in school. Some people it's not for them. And it's like, I get onto them and then I feel bad about it. And I'm like, this clearly isn't for you. This is not the environment that you're going to thrive in. There's a million other environments that are so different to school. Yeah. What am I trying to do? Am I trying to force you to be that way so you can leave and continue to live your life in a way that doesn't sit with you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But at the same time...
School's so hard for so many kids. Like, I think, like, with my daughter, she's fine. She sails for it. My son, it's not for him.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not, like, and he's a smart kid, but he just don't want to do that. Like you say, like, the whole routine of it, like, he gets bored. Yeah. It is boring.
100%.
It's so boring.
Yeah. And there's so many different ways of learning. There's so many different types of intelligence and like, even exams, for instance. I've always said this. The only thing that exams show is how good you are at exams. It doesn't show you anything else. Yeah. How good are you at retaining this information? Yeah. And then when I ask you about it in this format, how good are you at regurgitating it? That's
exactly it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't test anything else.
I've said this to my kids. I've said, like, you do your best, and if you get shit results, all right.
Yeah.
Like, and I've said to them as well, like, pick subjects that you want to do, whether that means your friends are doing them, whether that means you just like it a little bit. Don't do shit that you think, oh, I'm going to need that because in future I want to do so-and-so, because it simply don't matter.
No,
like, it actually doesn't matter. It's like these people that go to university for years, they don't even use it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's tough, man, because it's like you've got a degree and stuff and you come out, and then the people who didn't go have gone into the same industry that you want to go in, but they've got 4, 5, 6 years on you now. Yeah. And they've worked their way up and you're coming in with this degree, and it's like, yeah, it's tough, man. It's definitely tough.
School's fucked.
Yeah.
I hate
and some of the like the people that some of the people in my school that teachers would deem naughty or wouldn't get anywhere, some of the most successful people I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like there's no right or wrong way of doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's just about mentality, innit? And about like applying ourselves and figuring out what our lane is. And I don't think school necessarily helps everyone with that.
No.
Anyway, fuck school.
Fuck school. Fuck the system. Weather is horrible. I hate it. Like, make your mind up.
I hear you.
I pack my summer stuff away and then I'm like, they're gonna pack out. Am I wearing a flip flop? Am I wearing a boot? It's too weird.
Do you pack your summer clothes then?
Yeah,
like
I pack it all the way.
Do you vacuum pack it?
Yeah, vacuum pack it all the way. Yeah.
I need to start doing
I normally do. I'm not gonna lie. I normally do it like March. So then by the time I've actually got round to doing it, I'm like, I need to get it back out. I procrastinated for so long. There's no point. Yeah.
I've got so many coats, man, and it takes up too much fucking space, but I've never done that. I need to do it.
You've got to vacuum pack a coat?
Yeah.
It's really satisfying putting them in the bag.
Yeah, I heard it's quite fun.
Literally watch it go to like that. Yeah, it's good.
I need to do that. You do it for Hoover, innit?
Yeah. It's so fun. I need to get out more. Fucking hell. Jesus.
Have you done any TikToks about vacuum packing? No, I feel like there's something in there.
I don't really know if I should. I'm a bit embarrassed now I said that out loud. Got so excited about it. Showed my age.
I've got something for you, actually. So...
Is it a vacuum pack?
Hey?
Is it a vacuum pack?
I mean, that would have been a good segue, innit? But I heard you're a bit of a connoisseur, innit? Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh my god! Yes! I'm fucking starving as well. I'm so hungry. Oh my god.
But you got to talk me through it. And also, there's a straw technique as well, but...
Yeah? Do you know the straw technique?
Well, I want to know about it. Like, I've seen a couple bits.
I'm going to need a cup of tea.
I'll put the kettle on, shall I?
This is the best day ever.
How'd you take it?
Milk, 1 sugar, please. Yeah. Are you going to do it as well? You can have a cup of tea. 100%. Yeah, I'm not doing this on my me. Oh. I'm not sure. This is so good. Are we going in?
Talk me through the biscuit straw situation.
Right, so some of these are not strawable.
Okay.
But it's okay. Mm-hmm. So basically, to do a straw with a tea, it has to be covered in chocolate.
Okay.
So this won't count. This is a tricker. Mm-hmm. So this is a Tunnocks, isn't it? It's like a wafer biscuit.
Yeah.
It's too wafery. You can't really get the tea through. But they do dip good. But, look at me. I'm so into this. But you do get debris. So you have to be careful.
Fair.
This is a Twix, right?
Yes. Well
this
spotted.
Is the most...
This is quite a good game in itself, to be fair.
This ain't my first time. So, a Twix is the best. Right, get yourself a Twix.
Right, let's go.
Right, get yourself a Twix. And you then literally bite off the end. Only a little bit. Just to expose the biscuit. And then you dip it in and you suck the tea all the way through. But then you have to immediately put it in your mouth because otherwise it's going to be boiling hot.
How quick's the tea going to come through? Straight away?
Like, I mean, it's a straw, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, look. So once you've done that, these are cold biscuits, by the way. They've been in the fridge.
There was in the fridge, yeah.
And then you just put a whole thing in. It'll be melted all the way through.
That's a vibe, that.
The best ones are penguins. There's only one penguin. We've got to do the penguin. Penguins.
Do you want the room temperature one or the cold one?
You need the room temperature one.
Okay.
Is this your first time?
It is my first time. I feel like I'm in Amsterdam.
Right. So this one's different. You just bite the corner from one and the corner from the opposing side.
I see. How did you figure this out?
Because I'm a fat cunt. And you know what? We love food. So
Me too.
bite off them corners, dip one corner in. These you've got to be quick with and you've got to try and get the whole thing in because that will melt quick.
Right, let me watch you do it first.
Ready? And then...
Fair. Yes. I'm here for it.
And this is how I got my shape.
Oh my gosh. That is fun. Okay.
This won't work.
Yeah.
This is a crunchy. This is not going to work.
It is a crunchy, yeah.
These won't work, but they will leave debris if you dip them.
Okay.
Jaffa cake.
I've got no Jaffa cake.
No, fuck them. But are they? Do you think they're a cake or a biscuit?
I like Jaffa cakes. Yeah.
They're a Jaffa cake. Is it a cake?
I hear you.
Or is it a biscuit?
It ain't a biscuit, is it?
Ain't a fucking biscuit.
It ain't a biscuit.
But also, don't put a candle in it. Wish me happy birthday. It's not a cake, is it? It's not. It shouldn't
It's
be an
weird,
either.
innit?
It should have its own aisle.
It's like a sponge.
Yeah.
And then it's got like a weird little orange gelatin thing, the chocolate covered.
Yeah, and you can't dip them in tea because it's horrific.
They just melt.
They just go like slimy, like if you dip a
Yeah.
cake
You're not going to put cake in tea, are you?
No.
I'm having one of these though.
Yeah, they do look good. Oh, what are these?
I'm not sure, you know. I got a hurricane.
Look at us. Work.
Fun, yeah. What did you do today? Grafting, mate.
What are we going for next? Do you like these?
I love them.
They're my least favourite.
Really?
Yeah.
But they're what are they, like a caramel waffle
Because you put them on the
situation?
top, don't you, of like a big cup of tea
I've
or
never done
coffee
that.
or whatever. Yeah, and then it melts
Let's have a go.
all the way through.
I don't know if mine's hot enough anymore. Also, can we just take a moment for
Yeah.
these cups?
That's a good size.
No, have a look. And this is my dad.
We don't want a cola.
No,
Oh,
no.
you gotta get one.
I think this is like a situation. I think my little
That's so
sister made
good.
this cup,
I
and
love
then
these.
my girlfriend made me that cup for my last birthday. Like, she caught me like I can't remember what I was eating. She put a filter on me, and then
What are you eating? You're eating creams.
yeah, that's what I'm eating. And I was being so disgusting about the way I'm eating it. If you look at the one on that side, I don't know if they're the same. Yeah, it's me getting caught like, mid bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it. No, these are good size though for this because it will literally melt it through.
Have you seen the Have a Good Fucking Day t-shirts? I know you've seen
I've
them.
got one.
Have you?
Yeah, I ordered one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got your present.
Ow! I got 2 presents, a plate of biscuits and another present. This is the best day ever. Feels like Christmas. Ah, yes. I love this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the one I've got.
Yeah.
But this is fresh.
Yeah, and it's the actual t-shirt's a bit different as well.
Is it?
Yeah, in terms of like the material and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But we're
love
relaunching
it.
because it hasn't been live for a bit. But we're gonna do hoodies. We're gonna do socks, I think,
Yeah,
and then branch out a bit.
Yeah, do socks.
Yeah.
I love this.
You're
Thank you so much.
welcome.
I'm going to wear that tomorrow.
Vibes.
Thank you so much.
And I kind of like, I was looking at, because you did the collaboration with the tees and stuff, innit?
Yeah.
And I saw that you was like going for the baggy look and that type of vibe. So I tried to
Yeah, perfect.
get something.
Shall I wear it now?
Nice. It's up to you, babe.
Yeah, let's wear it now. I'm going to wear it now. I'm going to put it on. How excited.
How's the
Yay!
sizing?
I love it, huh?
How's the sizing?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Vibes!
Yes.
Okay. Ash, have a good fucking day. Podcast, episode 5. Thank you very much for coming down.
Thanks so much for
I appreciate you
having
so
me.
much. Give me a cuddle.
Thank you.